It's going to be good. It's going to be very, very good, and I'm looking forward to it. This is what you need in the building. What you need in the building. We're going to talk about a lot of things in boxing. Let's get to it. Tonight's fight is Chris Cole versus Tungsten King Tug. Okay, and I'm looking forward to that fight a lot. I think King Tug, has some really interesting skills and abilities that he has in the table. Of course, let's see if Chris Colbert can chop him down and get him out of there, or if King Tug can really put up a really good fight. I think Chris Colbert's focused on the 2 weeks notice that King Tug got to jump in and take this fight, moving up in weight as well. Those things do work against King Tug, but skills pay the bills, so we'll see. King Tug did put on a pretty good performance late in the fight against Gary Russell Jr., so I'm looking forward to seeing how he performs here in this fight and taking on this challenge. I think it's a good one. Let's see how it goes. But I have so much more to talk about, but I'm very excited for this fight. Chris Colbert. Chris Colbert is obviously a Philly fighter. He was training in the same gym with Danny Garcia as well. But I think that this kid, he's a very smart fighter. He can bang, he can box, he mixes it up. So we'll see what he does. He can fight at any range. So we'll see what he does as he puts it together. This is a man who has his own business already, and he's building. He has his team. So I'm really looking forward to Chris Colbert and what he does. I don't think he's proud or arrogant. I just think he's confident in his skills and abilities because he put in the work. He has the experience of facing so many different fighters, both in the amateurs and the pros. This kid, he got a lot of confidence, but his confidence is not fake. It's not something where he's so confident that he's pushing ahead of himself. I think he's going to be careful, cautious, still use the defense, still go in there, do what he got to do. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Chris Colbert's performance is on Showtime. I think he takes the whole card. It's his thing. So let's see what he can do when he puts on a show on Showtime. That should be great. Now, I want to talk a lot of things. So I'm going to be going around different places. You guys can also put your input in there. I'm going to try and be brief as well so I can have a short video here. But let me get to it. First one is, I don't understand the Mayweather hate. DAZN goes on, DAZN has a program again with Barack and the other guy. And on it, they host Eddie Hearn. And what are they talking about? They're praising Mayweather and they're praising Mayweather and they're praising Canelo. Talk about a fight that, shook their head, being Mayweather versus Logan Paul this year, which was an exhibition. What the fuck? Man, if the man want to do an exhibition, he can do an exhibition. What are you shaking your head for? I don't understand that. Like the hate on Mayweather. What's up with the hate on Mayweather, man? I hate that, man. They always try to portray this guy in the media in a negative light. And the man's retired. You know what I'm saying? He's still taking shots at the king. You still taking shots at the top dog? Y'all's clowns, man. Eddie Hearn's an idiot. Because Mayweather, he has Javante Tank Davis there, and they talking about having a fight with Ryan Garcia, right? Leonard Ellaby, Mayweather. So all this talk that people said about Mayweather keeping it in camp and keeping it in house, that's bullshit. I told y'all that. I told you that was just bullshit. That okay, Mayweather Promotions probably will host the promotion, and Golden Boy would just kind of ride along, and they dictate everything, but I do believe that Mayweather Promotions is going to do business with whoever, okay, where they get to dictate the terms. They're going to be the top dog. They're going to be the A side. With Bob Arum doesn't want anybody to dictate to him. And, the Pacquiao fight, he got dictated to. He got kicked out the equation. It was Todd DeBoff and Floyd. See, if Bob Arum dies, Todd DeBoff will be able to do so much with Floyd Mayweather, Mayweather Promotions, and all the other things. It's fucking ass Bob Arum who blocks all that shit. Okay, and he tries to play clout and he tries to play position because he has so much experience in the game and so on. And he tries to always get the most pedigree fighters, and they coerce them into into relationships. Okay, Teofimo Lopez was in the Mayweather boxing gym, came up, knows about Mayweather and all of that, and talks about Mayweather a lot. But he started off with Top Rank, and nothing's wrong with Top Rank. Top Rank's a great company. But when it comes down to Bob Arum trying to get his fighters negotiating things with other people, he like to be the A side. Bob Arum loves to be the A side. He don't care about his fighters. So you hear Terrence Crawford talking about, I'm the A side. That's bullshit. Terrence Crawford, you're not the A side. Errol Spence is the A side. Errol Spence about to face Manny Pacquiao. You need to humble your damn ass, or get the fuck off of Top Rank. Don't renew your contract. But I guess he's going to renew his contract. I feel so. I just feel that Terrence is not going to want to have the fight with Errol Spence, and it will not be Errol Spence's fault. Errol Spence is not the dude who's not wanting this fight to happen. It's Bob fucking Arum. Y'all need to understand this. And Bob Arum will tell the media all kinds of shit. But at the end of the day, Bob Arum don't want this fight. Okay? Bob Arum wants everything in-house. He wants to be the A side. And Errol Spence is going to be the A side. That goes without saying. Anyways, keeping it popping. So and I'm talking about, the fact that, people have certain perceptions of certain things. Lomachenko, for example, and Tank. I even see a guy, he don't want Tank on the pound for pound list. Andre Ward, he put up a pound for pound list with top ranked fighters and ESPN fighters. You know what I'm saying? It was some real bullshit. Not one PBC fighter except for Errol Spence. Okay? And you got so many PBC fighters who are doing very well in boxing. You look at Jamel Charlo, sorry, about to become undisputed. And that's a hot topic with Brian Castano. I'm looking forward to that fight. Brian Castano ain't no joke. Jamal Charlo is not just going to knock out Brian Castano. He's got defense. He moves. He bobs and weaves. He does his thing. And Erislandy Lara couldn't knock out Brian Castano. In fact, Brian Castano beat him. So if Jamal Charlo thinks he's just going, you better study that dude, because that dude's problems. Okay? He's worse than Brian Adams. Okay? He's problems. So we'll see. I mean, that's a good fight. Jamal might lose that fight, or he might win it. We'll see. If you learn, this dude's perpetual motion. He keeps it going. His guard, he's always busy, and he got defense. So I'm gonna look forward to that. That is a hell of a fight. That's a sleeper. Yeah, with respect to Jamel Charlo's not on the pound for pound list. Okay, I don't know if it's because he lost the fight to Tony Harrison. I don't get it. But he's not on the pound for pound list. Gervonta Davis wasn't on the pound for pound list. They only had Errol Spence, okay, on the pound for pound list. Strange, but it is what it is. But I'm saying the bias, man, and I think Umar Fight Camp actually did a video on this where he was talking about the bias in boxing. And why can't people just be neutral and just put it down the way how it is? But it is what it is. I see Oscar fucking Valdez on the pound for pound list. He's number 10. I'm like, what? How? Like, how? Yeah, he went through some weight classes and stuff. But this is the guy that got his jaw broken by another dude. What are you classing pound for pound with? This dude was a brawler. He was just banging all the time. He's now starting to box a little bit, But he's the weakest link in all of those guys out there. Jarrett Hurt. I'm not Jarrett Hurt. What's my boy name? The IBA, was he WBO champion? I think he's WBO champion. I can't remember. WBO champion. I forgot my boy name. I always forget his name. He could beat Oscar Valdez, the southpaw. Hey, Davis would knock his ass out. Okay. Chris Colbert would give him a boxing lesson. Who's the other guy? What's his name? The Mexican kid from Golden Boy. Forgot his name. But that dude would box his ears off as well. Okay? Man, Tevin Farmer would box his ears off. Okay? Dude's just learning stuff. He ain't ready. He's not ready for them guys. He's good, but he still makes mistakes, and I see them. He just happened to have Miguel Berchelt in front of him, a guy who reaches a lot with his punches and does all kinds of things wrong, and he capitalized on it. Okay? But, do be stopped by a lot of those guys. You know what I'm saying? But he's on the pound for pound list. Come on, Andre Ward, man. Come on, Andre. Andre, what's up with you, bro? Now, most of your pound for pound list, I don't disagree with. You have Terrence Crawford as number one. That's okay. That's your opinion. I don't think so. I think Canelo's number one pound for pound in the world. But you're riding with your boy. I understand. Okay. And the other two, I think, pound for pound people, I don't really have a problem with that. But the rest, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing? I don't understand. I can understand Inui being on the pound for pound. That makes sense. Why is Usyk still on the pound for pound? If you doing this to Gervonta, you're doing this to Jamel, you're doing this to I I see Josh Taylor on there. That's good. You doing this to what's the dude's name? You got Teal, you got Josh Taylor. Yeah, but they all align with Top Rank or they all align with ESPN. You just bringing on ESPN. Are you doing? This is the funny thing. They were talking about how Terrence Crawford. What is it? The PBC wasn't acknowledging his WBO title. Y'all made a big fuss about this. What the hell is ESPN doing? They don't acknowledge nobody but their people. You only acknowledging the people you do business with. You ignore the PBC all the time. That's wrong. And don't tell me Errol Spence. He's not the only guy that should be in there. And Errol Spence, he's a unified champion. That's all he is. Still be unified after facing Pacquiao. Jamel's going to become undisputed if he makes it past Castaño, which is a very good opponent. All right? That's a two-time world champion, been stripped once. Stripped twice, I think. Whatever. I think once. No, he's been stripped once, right? Okay, so I don't understand. This makes no damn sense. Why is Jermell Charlo not on this list? Why is Gervonta Davis not on this list? Gervonta Davis just jumped up 2 weight classes and took on a very skilled premier guy who was trained by your trainer, the guy who coached you, who knows boxing. And that kid that comes from Baltimore, he knows boxing too. How the hell you don't have Gervonta Davis on it? He jumped up 2 weight classes. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. Only the pound for pound greats. So come on, man. I know it's not a real belt and all of that, but still, the kid's competent and everything, big, strong, long. Come on, man. You got to have him on the pound for pound list. After he keeps on blitzing everybody, he got what, 100% knockout ratio? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Well, Gervonta ain't faced top class tier guys all the time. What are you talking about, man? Y'all was giving Gennady Golovkin the pound for pound #1 status after facing nobody. Nobody. But all of a sudden, you're very careful about putting Gervonta Davis on there because you claim he faced nobody? Who the hell is Pedraza then? Pedraza's a 2-time world champion, and he's at 140 right now, kicking ass as we speak. He's just beating people up. Okay? When he was undefeated and won a very difficult fighter, which nobody was facing, Floyd made Gervonta step up and face him. And he stopped him. He stopped him. That's the guy that Lomachenko went 12 rounds with. That's a pound for pound fighter, went 12 rounds with that dude. This pound for pound fighter stopped. Stop it, man. Stop the biased ass bullshit. Stop it. This is what I don't like. Trying to push Top Rank and ESPN. Fuck out of here with that shit. We tired of the commercialism of boxing. Tell it like you see it and have a holistic point of view. You're supposed to be an analyst. Then show that you're an analyst. This is the second time you do some bias ass shit. The first one was with Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. You call that wrong. Ain't no fucking way in hell Teofimo Lopez lost round 2. There's no way. No way. Okay? He swept Lomachenko for 7 rounds. Lomachenko started mounting his assault in the 8th round when Lopez started to go on the back foot. Then Lopez asserted himself in the 10th and 11th rounds, even though Lomachenko won the 10th and 11th. And he took it to him in the 12th. And it was about to knock his ass out. Which, by the way, let me just say this to people. It's just my point. When it comes to Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko 2, I'm going to tell y'all right now. If Lomachenko try to go aggressive like he did in 8th, 9th, and 10th round, early in the fight, he's going to get knocked out. He's going to get knocked the fuck out. And Teofimo Lopez is going to remind him real quick. He's going to hurt him real quick. Okay? Y'all looking at Lomachenko versus Nakatani, and y'all thinking Teofimo Lopez is like, Teofimo Lopez is quick-footed. Y'all say he's flat-footed. He's not flat-footed. And he's quick twitch. Nakatani's not quick twitch. Okay? Teofimo Lopez is God-gifted. Even though I claim that Tank will beat Teofimo Lopez, let me make it abundantly clear to you. Teofimo Lopez is like Tank. He's like Ryan Garcia, and he's like Devin Haney. Them motherfuckers ain't on the same level with all the rest of the playing field, including Lomachenko. Them motherfuckers on another level. Okay? They're developing themselves, but they on a whole other plane of skill. So I hope Lomachenko gets that rematch so he can get his ass knocked out, so he can realize, hey, I really didn't have a shot at this kid. Okay, he should have learned his lesson the first time. He should have been humble, said, I did my best. It wasn't good enough. He didn't do that. He complained, he made excuses. So he about to get slept by Teofimo Lopez. If he step wrong, he gonna get slept. Teofimo Lopez, man, y'all getting tripped. Y'all tripping. Lopez got skill. I saw it. This wasn't a fluke. This wasn't Lomachenko was, he was afraid to throw. No. And he gonna prove it by putting his stamp down this time on Lomachenko. He gonna stamp him. And he gonna say, oh man, about time you leave the sport of boxing. He gonna get stamped. Y'all listen to me carefully, because Teofimo is gonna dispose of this old guy and tell him boxing ain't for you no more. You wanted to get your ass beat. I'm gonna beat your ass out of the sport. Okay? He's gonna beat his ass out of the sport. He's gonna beat his ass out of the sport. Lomachenko asking for something that he really don't want. Okay? All right. With respect to Tank versus Ryan Garcia, yeah, that's the biggest fight in boxing right now. It's bigger than anything. Even Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, that's not a big fight. Big fight would have been Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. That's a huge fight. Okay? But Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder is not as big a fight as Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. That's a huge fight. That's a huge fight. And just imagine an exhibition fight with Oscar versus Floyd as the co-main event. Fucking that's going to do gigahertz numbers. Okay, that's just a tremendously huge fight. And I hear Oscar talking about he want to face Floyd. So hey, that'd be great. A rematch of Oscar and Floyd as an exhibition, not a real fight. And Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, that doubleheader would kill. It would kill. That's a money-making event that probably break all records in boxing. All records in boxing. It surpassed Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd. All right, because these two guys are in their primes. Ryan, look, the last fight he had, he starched Luke Campbell. I'm hearing clowns saying Luke Campbell ain't nobody. Luke Campbell can't do nothing. He was a nobody. What the hell you talking about, man? Luke Campbell is an Olympian, and he a bad motherfucker. He just didn't stay to the game plan against Lomachenko. But he was beating Lomachenko's ass early in the fight. Okay? And he had a great showing against the Venezuelan dude who Devin Haney and just faced. All right. So let's just get some facts straight. Okay, let's get some facts straight. Tank is a pound for pound fighter. Okay. Yes, I agree 100%. The Tank does not have 3 divisional world championships, as far as I'm concerned. 2 of them are not real. It's like Canelo facing Rocky Fielding. Okay. The real champion is a super champion. So Josh Taylor is the real champion of the WBA. And at 135, Teofimo Lopez is the real 135-pound champion. Okay? That's just the way how it goes. It's a different situation with Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez in the sense that Devin Haney is the real designated WBC champion, whereas Teofimo Lopez has a designation of franchise champion, which he asked for. Okay? It wasn't bestowed upon him through beating Lomachenko. He asked for that. So he has that. But Devin Haney is the real champion as far as I'm concerned in that division. So there's a little bit different. But having said that, Gervonta Davis moved up to lightweight and faced Yorkis Gamboa. Yeah, okay. Faded Yorkis Gamboa. Was probably going to get washed early. But nonetheless, that's a name in a different division. And we didn't know how Tank's power would translate. And at that time, Tank wasn't as disciplined as he is now. Okay, that's why I had Tank as the weakest link. But then he went on to went down to 130, which I can't even believe he did that. He returned to 130. I didn't think he would have made the weight. He made it. And he demolished Leo Santa Cruz, which is a 4-divisional world champion. Okay? And Leo was doing pretty good too. Credit to Leo. They did some science behind it and they were working on their game. Leo put up a good fight. It was an exciting fight, a good fight. But Tank, picked his spots, used his defense, got hit. He got popped in the face. His eyes were puffy at the end of the fight. Got popped in the face sometimes, committing to what he was doing, walking down to Leo, breaking him down, right? He was committed to that. And he got him out of there. Now, before that, we got Jose Pedraza at 130. By the way, Tank has been, three-time super featherweight world champion. Okay? WBA, I think it is. IBF and WBA. Okay? So this brother has hold the IBF belt and the WBA. He's a legitimate super featherweight world champion. Okay? And he's been smoking fools. But particularly the quality guys were Pedraza. We also had Jesus Cuela, who came up from featherweight. And then we had Mario Barrios at 140. Man, come on, man. You got to give it up, man. You got Gamboa at 135. Is not that great. Okay. But this man went through 3 different divisions. This is the Gamboa that, by the way, Devin Haney didn't stop Gamboa. Tank stopped Gamboa. I'm trying to show you his power translate. He dropped Gamboa a couple times too, right? Of course, Gamboa hurt his leg when he dropped, but the point is, he dropped Gamboa. And Gamboa is a tough cookie. Everybody knows Gamboa is a tough cookie. And I think my boy Chris Colbert, he was supposed to face Gamboa, but I guess Gamboa got injured or whatever and had to pull out the fight. So, and Gamboa is a hell of a fighter, by the way. It's just that, he hasn't gotten a lot of fights lately. And Terrence Crawford faced Gamboa as well. So, I mean, you got that. And Tank hardly got hurt by Gamboa, unlike Terrence Crawford, who got wobbled and all that. But it was a straight-out war. And Tank knows how to find the gaps and stuff. So I just think that Tank is a pound-for-pound fighter. He showed many different skills, as Chris Colbert said. And I think Andre Ward should have had him on the pound-for-pound list. Tank, at least. Tank, not just Tank, but Tank proved he could go up in different weights. That's why he's pound for pound. You don't only have to win championships to show that you're pound for pound. I mean, come on, man. Like, there's certain things that just I don't understand, but it is what it is. And they're just being extra hard on Tank. I don't understand it. The man has incredible ability. He could really box his ass off. And on top of that, he got power. And he sets up his shots. I don't understand it, but whatever. And he's disciplined now, which is really good to know. When it comes to Jermell Charlo, like I said before, this brother been trailblazing. I don't know why they're not giving him the credit he deserves. This dude should be on the pound for pound list as well. That's how you keep a balanced pound for pound. Kick off Oscar Valdez. What the fuck is he doing on the pound for pound list? Okay. Yeah, he went through some weight classes too, and he's a world champion right now, but he's the weakest. He's one of the weakest links. He shouldn't be on that pound for pound list. Okay. All the other names, I think they deserve to be on the pound for pound list. But at least you got to have a Charlo on there or a Tank. You got to have it. And that's the thing they don't have. I want to talk about something else. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Jake Paul versus Tyrone Hartley. That's a good fight. That's actually a good fight. Hartley throws hands. So this is the first guy that Jake Paul's going to actually face who actually can box. He can actually throw hands. And Hartley's getting, help and support from some really strong boxing, people and people who've been his trainer for the longest while. Like, he got Coach Brown from the Buddy McGirt trim, who's been always training him. So that's big. And then he got GT with him. And then he got Floyd, who's also giving him tips and pointers. Motherfucker, there's no way Jake Paul's winning that fight. Y'all are looking at MMA. MMA, Hartley got put to the ground. He got, dropped to the ground. I think he hurt his foot or whatever. In the MMA fight, he didn't lose the stand up. Y'all tripping. This is not fucking MMA. This is boxing. And Woodley. I keep on calling Hartley. Woodley got hands. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna put that wood down on Jake Paul, and y'all gonna see Now Jake Paul gonna have to fight, and we're gonna see what Jake Paul can actually do. Okay, because Woodley got hands. Tyron Woodley got hands. So, this is just. I hope Woodley does something spectacular and knock Jake Paul out, lay him out cold, because Jake Paul been riding on them other guys, and I know Jake Paul can fight boxers and stuff, but Woodley need to work his ass off and take his time. I know he's older, and lay this fool out. Lay this fool out. And Jake Paul can fight. Don't get me wrong. He's a fighter. He's not gonna go down like that. But now the thing with Woodley, he need to make sure his conditions on point. Like he can go how many rounds they got, and it should be a good fucking barn burner. It should be a good fight. I want it to be a good fight. And let's see how Jake Paul perform against this dude. This dude can actually box, so it should be good. And with the right coaching, the right training, we'll see. We'll see what Jake Paul can bring to the table. You know what I mean? But I'm excited for that fight. I really am. That's actually a legitimate fight that Jake Paul's gonna be facing. Everybody's talking about, Woodley's old and stuff. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. Floyd's old as fuck, and he was walking down Logan Paul. So it's about experience, it's about knowledge, it's about how long you've been in the sport, it's about who's training you, it's about how you fight, how you box, your strategy. He's not gonna be ruffled like them other guys. He gonna actually take his time, break it down, and set up what he got to set up. So I'm looking forward to that. And there's a lot of things going on in boxing, like Canelo talking about facing Artur Beterbiev if he can't get Caleb Plant in the negotiations. I think Plant's going to face Canelo. There's no reason why Caleb Plant won't face Canelo. Now they're talking about money, I guess. Caleb Plant being paid, and I don't see why Canelo and they can't pay Caleb Plant. They should pay him. Because this is a unification fight. And if you're really serious about unifications, Canelo, you're going to pay the man the money for the unification. You're talking about strap right now, where that one strap builds your legacy. So where the hell you want to do it? I mean, come on now. Canelo's talking about me, I don't know if he said that, but they were talking about between Charlo and Triple G, who he'd like to face, and he said Charlo. Didn't mean that Canelo said he wants to face Charlo next after Caleb Plant. He didn't say that. But, first he got to land a Caleb Plant fight. So one step at a time, right? But be honest with you guys, man. Canelo versus Caleb Plant, that's not an easy fight. And y'all gonna see. Caleb Plant's gonna be ready. He's gonna be ready for Canelo, and he's gonna show us so much about boxing. Like Danny Jacobs is good, right? And Danny Jacobs went 12 with Canelo. Definitely, Caleb Plant's going to go 12 with Canelo. Canelo's not stopping Caleb Plant. He's not stopping him. I'm going to say it again. He's not stopping, and it's going to be competitive. I guarantee it's going to be a competitive fight. Caleb Plant's he cut from a different cloth. He do his things really well. I got Caleb Plant beating David Benavidez. David Benavidez is huge, super, middleweight. And I got Caleb Plant beating his ass. I think Caleb Plant's a better boxer than David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez is the easier fight for Canelo than Caleb Plant. That's how much I value Caleb Plant. And he's got the confidence and everything. I think Caleb Plant's going to show y'all some shit that y'all didn't see before. XX is Raw 2030 XX. What's up, man? Make me a mod. How do I do that, bro? I don't even know how to do that. But yeah, I mean, Canelo is bad Mama Jama. Like I told you before, he can get beat. He can be beat. All right. There's certain things, and we saw a little bit of it in the Billy Joe Saunders fight. Put user in timeout. Hide user on this channel. Add moderator. All right. I'm making you a moderator. Why do you want to be a mod, by the way? To help me out? I just did. XX Raw. I just made you a mod. Yo, you there? Okay, so let me see something. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Cool, man. Thank you so very much for wanting to be a moderator on my channel. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. I see you a moderator right now. Cool, man. Cool. Uh, so basically, Canelo. I mean, he got the world at his fingertips. Talking about going up against Arthur Beterbiev. If Canelo wants Beterbiev, that would be a good fight. It's a winnable fight for Canelo, very much so, because I mean, Beterbiev is strong as hell. We know this, right? But he's slow. The problem with Beterbiev is he's slow. You know, and Canelo's just. I mean, Canelo's explosive. He's explosive. So slow fighters like that, and it's easy work. Like Triple G was slow for Canelo too, so that was easy work for Canelo. Too slow. Charlo's quick twitch, so he's fast as fuck. So that's why it's much more challenging for Canelo. Sergey Kovalev wasn't really fast. He was heavy-handed, but not very fast. Canelo's ridiculously quick and fast compared to them guys. You know what I mean? David Benavidez is a little bit quicker. He's quicker. So that's a little perk for him. But I still see Canelo beating him. However, Caleb Plant, that sharpshooter, that sniper bad. He a bad boy. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see Caleb Plant gonna whoop that. Oh, no, I'm not gonna say nothing. Y'all gonna see what's the difference between being sharp, being skilled, being precise, being surgical. Y'all gonna see what we're talking about. And you're gonna fight him in the pocket too. Caleb Plant, remember what I said. Now, when it comes to Demetrius Andrade, that's another problem for Canelo. Andrade, Charlo, Plant. The only thing Plant is lacking, he doesn't have the experience like Andrade or Charlo. Plant also needs not just experience, and that's why I wish he had faced Benavidez, because Benavidez was perfect prep for Canelo. Benavidez would have been a perfect prep for Canelo. If Plant had faced Benavidez and beaten Benavidez, hands down he'd beat Canelo. Hands down he'd beat Canelo. Because Benavidez brings a big, solid mass, throws a lot of punches from different, angles and stuff, got a decent jab, and he can fight, he can throw body punches. So that, just seeing that look and that strength and the power and the size, that's what Caleb Plant would need. And once he gets past Benavidez with his slickness, his skill, and the angles and all of that, then he would take on Canelo. You see what I'm saying? And he would beat Canelo. But he don't have that invaluable experience. So hopefully he's sparring with much bigger, stronger guys. That's the way to get that feel for what Canelo brings to the table. Now, Canelo is very smart in how he approaches things. So Caleb Plant would just have to be equally smart to kind of counterbalance that cleverness. Now, there's just certain things that Canelo is going to be able to do in there that Caleb Plant don't know, because he just got so much experience facing so many great fighters like Floyd and Lara and Triple G and, even Kovalev to some degree. Those guys really taught him a lot of stuff. So he knows things that Caleb Plant ain't going to know. And that's why I think he has the edge on Caleb Plant and he could get the W. But if Caleb Plant had went through the crucible, see, you got to go through the crucible. You got to do the process. You got to go through the crucible. So, I mean, Plant's going to go in there to win, and he probably put on a great performance, but he's probably not going to edge it out on Canelo. He's not going to win. I think Canelo's going to win that because he just got more experience. He knows he has little wrinkles and small things, all things. There's those small little things, that little knowledge right there is what, gives Canelo the edge on these guys. But out of all them guys out there, the guy that I think is more likely, even though he's in a different weight class, Demetrius Andrade is the dude. He needs to go up in weight. If you really want Canelo, he needs to go up in weight, fight somebody, a Plant, a Benavidez. If he fights Benavidez, because Benavidez, he's open to anybody right now. He want anybody. He want all the smoke, right? So if Andrade's serious about it, he should want to pick a fight with Benavidez. He should want to fight Benavidez. fight the big, the guy that they say is the boogeyman. They say he's the best right now, the best 168 pounder besides Canelo, right? Face Benavidez. Face him. Demetrius Andrews jump up to 168, face Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? That's the guy nobody want to face. So you face him and beat his ass, Canelo going to have to face you. Because like, oh, you just made noise. You know what I'm saying? But these guys got to see what they got to do. Sometimes you got to take the risk. You got to step out there and say, what do I really want? Do I want a Canelo fight? I want to make that fight? Then I got to do something spectacular. Okay? I can't be fighting duds. The fuck? That don't mean nothing. I got to face somebody. I got to fight a name. That's what Floyd did. Floyd picked guys who fought names. What was his name? Forgot his name. The guy who beat Berto, right? Dude made noise. He made noise, so Floyd said, yeah, I'm going to face him. I forgot what his name is. All right? You think of Ortiz, knocked out. I beat Berto in a very close, exciting fight. So Floyd faced him. Sometimes guys who are unlikely get the fights because Marcus Maidana, beat up Adrian Broner. Floyd faced him. So Canelo looking for guys who making noise. Do you really want it? Then make some fucking noise. Don't be beating up guys that you're supposed to beat up. Make some noise. Face real threats. Face real guys. Make a statement. Make a name. And that's the thing that these guys are not doing. And they need to do. We don't want no dud. Guys facing duds. Okay? No. That you're supposed to beat those guys. Show me somebody who everybody say the boogeyman or everybody say ain't nobody want to face. Face them and beat them and build your reputation. And these guys, they don't do that. They just don't do it. Anyways, man, what you need in the building, Keith could have got the Floyd fight. Yeah, he could have. Here's how he could have. He really could have. Keith Thurman kind of screwed that up by when he faced, Louis Collazo, first of all. Collazo gave him problems. I mean, he hit him with a body punch, and that's how we knew Keith was vulnerable. And then the other time, Keith didn't actually complain about it. He said, you know what, I'm happy for Berto and blah, blah, blah. But Keith should have made some noise. Keith should have made some noise and showed us. But the guy who he faced was the switch hitter guy from England, the European champion, who Errol Smith smoked, by the way. The switch hitter guy, he had knocked him down, but then it went all 12 rounds. And Keith was boxing and being careful on the outside. And after that fight, the interviewing the guy, he said he's not ready for Floyd. He's not ready for Floyd. And that was that. You know what I mean? He wasn't ready for Floyd. You have to make a big fucking splash. You got to make some noise. You know what I mean? And they didn't make no noise. Keith knocked him down, but he didn't, Keith played it safe coming down the stretch. I forgot what the guy's name is. He switch hitter. And it's those kinds of things that, in boxing, people forget. It's entertainment. Don't get me wrong. But you gotta make some noise. You gotta make some noise so people know you're around. So the fans would demand, hey man, I need to see this fight. You know what I mean? And the fans are demanding Andre versus Canelo. They've been asking for it. Charlo versus Canelo for the longest while. Benavidez versus Canelo. We know this, right? But at the end of the day, the fighters need to help it. So without a doubt, this guy's blazing hot. Look at this boy. This guy, ain't nobody beating this guy. This is what you need to see sometimes. You need to see that. You got to make a statement, as they say. So anyway, that's what I got for now. I'm what you need. There's something else I wanted to talk about. I can't remember right now in boxing. But I am very excited for tonight. I hope you guys are excited too. I want to see Christopher Colbert do his thing. This guy, he's got the skills, got the ability. Let me tell you some of the hottest names in boxing right now. Okay, rising stars. We got Shakur Stevenson, Chris Colbert. Okay, we got Gervonta Tank Davis. We got 130 division is loaded. Oscar Valdez. We got Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko. We got Ryan Garcia. We got Devin Haney. We got at 140, we got Josh Taylor. We got Reggie Sprogray at 150. Oh, you can put in Jose Ramirez, even though he got his ass beat. You also got at 147 Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao, motherfucking Keith Thurman, Dennis Ugas, Jared Ennis, Victor Ortiz, not Victor Ortiz, sorry, not Victor Ortiz, what is it? Virgil Ortiz, you know what I'm saying? Um, XX's Raw 2013, XX says, what do you think about Ryan calling out Tank again? Lol, I think he's just capping. Now, he ain't capping, bro. They was really serious about that. They were really serious about the fight. It got scrapped, and Ryan jumped off and went with Pacquiao, but because Pacquiao probably was saying, oh, maybe. You know what I mean? You got to understand, in the background, these guys be trying to make fights. The team's trying to make fights for them. And sometimes the guys be premature and they jump out and say, yeah, man, I got this fight, which you should probably just said nothing and just see if it would work out. But he didn't do that. So I don't think Ryan's capping. I think Ryan's pretty honest as well. He didn't want to face Fortuna, apparently, or he probably wanted to. But then, I don't know. Because sometimes in the background, there's a lot of negotiations going in the background we don't know about. You know what I mean? But yeah, the Tank fight, they wanted to have this Tank fight and they wanted to have it this year. So that game plan is still on. It's still on. It was supposed to be this year. So they might just still have it, which would be great. That would be great. And that's a big fight. I'm telling you right now. That's a big fight. And Ryan, y'all tripping. Ryan ain't no fucking joke. You see how he ran through. You see how he ran through Luke Campbell. He ran through Luke Campbell. He was walking through that dude. Okay? He ran through him like a semi truck. Okay? He ran him over. So, and that's a guy that Lomachenko struggled with. Okay? Lomachenko struggled with Luke Campbell. He dropped him late in the fight. And Luke Campbell made it to the end. You know what I mean? And we got another puncher who was like a serious puncher was the dude, I can't remember who was that faced David Haney, the Venezuelan dude. He's a serious puncher and dropped Luke Campbell, but he couldn't stop him. You know, Luke Campbell came back in that fight. Luke Campbell's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. You know what I mean? So what Ryan Garcia did to Luke Campbell ain't no fucking joke. Like, he ran through him. All right. And whatever anxiety disorders or whatever y'all want to say, Ryan Garcia is a beast. He's a fucking beast. Campbell dropped Ryan in the second round. Yeah, but he was unfazed. Ryan got up and just kept on doing. It was a flash knockdown. It was flush shot to Ryan's chin, looping left hook. But, at the end of the day, Ryan just got back up and just kept walking his ass down. He was walking him down. Ryan was walking this guy down. I never seen that before. Ryan is a beast, I'm telling y'all. Y'all tripping. Ryan, never mind. I think his anxiety problems and stuff have to do with something else. There's something else going on in the background with his family and people or something. It's not necessarily something to do with boxing. And probably the pressure's put on him and he still had to try and break through with shit. People got other things going on in their life. But Ryan is a fucking beast. All right, y'all tripping. Y'all need to go watch some of his fights in the amateurs. How bad this boy was, and him versus Devin Haney. Ryan is a beast. Okay, Haney's a beast. Y'all tripping. I'm telling you, them boys are bad boys. They calling Ryan a diva and stuff. He got some issues with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy, obviously, and Canelo's no longer in his backcourt to kind of protect him and stuff. So he's to the wolves. Y'all gotta understand, the business of boxing is a dirty business, man. Oscar be doing Ryan bad right now. Y'all don't know. There's stuff going on in the background. That's all I'm trying to say. So this dude, I don't think fighting would give him anxiety disorder as much as I think he got anxiety disorder from the games that are being played, mind games, the shit that's going on in the background y'all don't know about. You understand? Y'all got to understand, it's not just throwing hands, right? And just training to do boxing. It's other things you got to deal with. Whether it's in your home, in your family, where people trying to divide and cutthroat you, or because you're on your own. Boxing's a lonely sport. Really great boxers, you see them decline, and all of a sudden they just in the shit. It's because all kinds of things happening in the background that you don't know about. We as fans, we don't know about it. All right. But Ryan's a beast. When it comes to boxing, that motherfucker's bad. He's a bad boy. Okay. You got to get his head in the right place. He was honest about it. Cool. Get your head in the right place and let's go. And you don't know if it's Oscar or one of them that pulled the fight and Ryan had to make an excuse and sound real stupid. You just never know. Sometimes, the promoter saying, okay, you want to do this fight. Look at Teofimo Lopez with the Triller thing versus Karen Bocas. That thing fell through. You think that just fell through just like that and that Teo, he got ill, injured or what? No, motherfucker. It didn't work like that. Bob Arum blocked that shit. Barron's like, I ain't having that. You ain't having no Triller fight. That's what really went down. And Teo had to make an excuse because Bob Arum got Teo by the balls in certain ways, legally. That's what y'all don't understand. Boxing is a lot more than just throwing hands in the ring. Got a lot more stuff that go on in the background, man. Motherfuckers could just bring up a contract and be like, what do you think? You think Terrence Crawford just renewing with Bob Arum just like that? No, Bob Arum's got him on a slave contract. Terrence Crawford got to try and find a way to get his ass out of that. Otherwise, he's connected to Bob Arum forever. He had to renew the contract again. Everybody be watching like, what the fuck? Terrence just renewed with Top Rank? That didn't make no damn sense. That's because Top Rank, and they had some legal clause in there to get his ass back with them. Otherwise, he ain't good for a year or so, and he can't get the money he need to get and all of that stuff. I remember Mikey Garcia had to do the court case with Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that go on in the background, man. I remember Andre Ward was fighting with his own promoter because the promoter don't want to let him go. It's not easy to get out of contracts, man. They got all those clauses and things, all them lawyers working that shit out. They can get your ass and own your ass. Be like, I own you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You feel it's just about a renewal the next year, but there's stipulations in there where you got to continue the shit. They don't talk about that. Boxing's not a clean sport, man. It's dirty, man. It's Al Heyman who started to free up boxers. So when they really had a 1-year contract or a 2-year contract, they really had that. They hold them to their word because Al Heyman's a fucking lawyer. So he know how to handle that shit. He know all the loopholes. He know all the little tricks they do. So you got to come correct with the contract. That's why he's an advisor. He's not a promoter. He's an advisor. He'll work along with your promoter. And that's why when I hear people say, oh, Al Heyman, he's really in the smart promoting. That's bullshit. The man is not that. That's not his forte. But he had foresight to understand how he could free boxers from certain promoters and have the promoters and the boxers on a level playing field. That's what the PBC is all about. If y'all ain't realized that shit, I don't know what to say. Why do you think they talking so negatively about the PBC? Because they feel threatened, because they know it's the future. Y'all was asking, why can't boxing have a UFC with like something like Dana White? Well, it got something better than the UFC. It's got something called a PBC. But y'all ain't thinking. Y'all always think with your balls and with your, emotions. Y'all don't think with your brain. Al Heyman has just brought back boxing to what it used to be, its former glory. But y'all dumbasses can't support that. He brought boxing back to television. Anyways, people, I'm going to catch y'all guys later. I'm what you need in the building. Shout out to Raw XXX, my moderator. So we got a moderator up in here. Thank you so very much. This channel will be growing from strength to strength. Don't forget you can donate to the channel via Western Union MoneyGram. If I can get an online place to donate, maybe Bitcoins or some kind of cryptocurrency, I'll tell y'all guys soon. Till then, I'm out. Peace.